There are places in the world that don't just capture your eyes, they capture your soul. Vietnam is one of them. A land where emerald rice terraces stretch endlessly toward the horizon, where limestone mountains rise from turquoise waters, and where centuries of history are woven into every street and every smile. The moment you step into this country, it's not just a trip you take, it's a journey that stays with you forever. And our adventure begins in the heart of it all, Hanoi, the capital city, where Vietnam's story truly comes alive. Hanoi is not just a city, it's an experience. The first thing you notice is the energy. Streets buzz with motorbikes weaving in every direction, vendors balancing bamboo poles with baskets of fresh fruit, and the aroma of sizzling street food filling the air. At first glance, it feels chaotic, but then you realize there's a rhythm to it, an order hidden in the beautiful chaos. It's the heartbeat of Vietnam, and once you feel it, you'll never forget it. The Old Quarter is where the magic begins. Its narrow lanes are lined with traditional shophouses, their wooden shutters faded by time yet still holding on to their charm. Each street here was once dedicated to a specific trade: silk, silver, herbs, or bamboo. And though times have changed, that legacy lingers. Walking through the Old Quarter feels like wandering through a living museum where the past and present merge effortlessly. And then, there is Hoi An Lake, the soul of Hanoi. Locals gather here at dawn to practice Tai Chi as the mist rises over the water. Couples stroll along its shaded paths in the afternoon, while in the evening, the lake sparkles with reflections of city lights. In the center stands Turtle Tower, a small yet iconic monument tied to legends of emperors and magical swords. Around the lake, life slows down, reminding you that in a city of motion, there are still places of calm. Hanoi is also a city of history, where every corner tells a story. The Temple of Literature, built in 1070, was Vietnam's first university and still stands as a tribute to Confucian learning and culture. Its courtyards and stone steles whisper tales of scholars who once dedicated their lives to knowledge. The Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, standing tall and solemn, reminds visitors of the leader who shaped modern Vietnam. These places aren't just landmarks, they're symbols of resilience, identity, and pride. But to truly know Hanoi, you must taste it. The city is a paradise for food lovers. The legendary pho steaming bowls of rice noodles and fragrant broth warms both body and soul. Banh mi, a French-influenced baguette stuffed with savory meats, herbs, and pickled vegetables, is a quick bite bursting with flavor. And then there's egg coffee, yes. Coffee whipped with creamy egg yolk, sweetened with condensed milk, and served hot like dessert in a cup. Every dish here tells a story of Vietnam's history, its creativity, and its love for food. Beyond its sights and flavors, Hanoi offers something deeper. It's in the sound of a street musician playing a dan bo, a traditional single-string instrument. It's in the laughter of children chasing each other through alleyways. It's in the warm smile of a grandmother handing you fresh spring rolls, proud to share her culture. Hanoi is not just about what you see, it's about what you feel. And as night falls, the city transforms. The Old Quarter glows with lanterns, night markets spring to life, and street performers bring music and dance to the streets. The energy doesn't fade, it shifts, becoming electric, vibrant, alive. Standing there, you realize that Hanoi isn't just the capital of Vietnam, it's the beating heart of the nation, where tradition and modernity walk hand in hand. For travelers, Hanoi is more than a starting point, it's an initiation into the wonder that is Vietnam. Here, you don't just witness culture, you live it. You breathe it in every bowl of noodles, every temple courtyard, every bustling street. Hanoi is not a place you simply visit, it's a place that becomes part of you. And as we leave this remarkable city behind, the journey through Vietnam is only just beginning, with landscapes, stories, and wonders waiting to unfold. There are places that look like they were carved by the hands of gods, where nature's artistry defies imagination. Ha Long Bay is one of those places. Picture thousands of limestone karsts rising from emerald waters, mist curling around their jagged peaks, and the sea reflecting every shade of green and blue you can imagine. It is not just a destination, it's a dreamscape, a natural wonder so surreal it feels like stepping into another world. Sailing through Ha Long Bay is like gliding through a living painting. As your boat drifts across calm waters, each turn reveals another hidden cove, another towering island, another breathtaking scene that feels untouched by time. The bay stretches endlessly, with nearly 2,000 limestone formations scattered across its expanse, each shaped by millions of years of wind, water, and mystery. Some rise tall and proud, others twist and curve like mythical creatures frozen in stone. It's no wonder local legends speak of dragons descending from the heavens, their mighty tails carving the valleys and leaving behind these magical islets. Cruising here is not just about sightseeing, it's about immersion. Wooden junks with their iconic sails carry travelers across the waters, offering a slow, graceful way to take in the scenery. The air is thick with salt and silence, broken only by the cry of a distant bird or the soft splash of waves against the hull. Time seems to pause, and all that exists is the majesty of nature surrounding you. Ha Long Bay is also a place of hidden treasures. Venture into Sung Sat Cave, the Cave of Surprises, where colossal chambers stretch deep into the earth, filled with stalactites and stalagmites shaped like guardians of stone. Or explore Thien Kung Cave, the Heavenly Palace, its walls glowing with colors under the play of light. These underground worlds feel as though they belong to another realm, cathedrals sculpted not by man, but by nature itself. The bay's waters hold their own secrets too. Kayaking through narrow passages, you find lagoons encircled by towering cliffs, their still waters so serene they reflect the sky like glass. Small fishing villages float upon the surface, where families have lived for generations, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the sea. Children paddle tiny boats to school, fishermen mend their nets, and homes sway gently with the tide. These floating communities are a reminder that Ha Long Bay is not just a wonder to admire, it's a world where people live in harmony with its beauty. And then there's the sunrise. Waking before dawn, you watch as the first rays of light pierce the mist, painting the bay in soft gold. The islands, once shadowed and mysterious, reveal themselves in stunning detail. The water glitters like diamonds, and the silence of morning carries a sense of pure serenity. In that moment, you understand why Ha Long Bay is more than a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it's a sanctuary for the soul. As the day unfolds, the bay continues to change. Clouds drift across the sky, casting shifting patterns of light and shadow across the karsts. By afternoon, the water deepens into shades of jade, and the rocks take on fiery hues as the sun sinks lower. Every moment is different, every angle a new masterpiece. It's a reminder that true beauty is never static. It evolves, surprises, and keeps you longing for more. But perhaps the most powerful part of Ha Long Bay isn't just its scenery, it's the feeling it leaves behind. It teaches you to slow down, to be still, to let nature's grandeur wash over you. Standing on the deck of a boat, gazing at those towering formations, you can't help but feel humbled, reminded of how small we are in the face of such timeless majesty. Ha Long Bay isn't just a wonder of Vietnam, it's one of the great wonders of the world. It's a place that captures both the eyes and the heart, leaving you with images so vivid they stay long after you've left. And as our boat sails away from this extraordinary landscape, we carry with us not just photographs, but memories etched deep in our souls. Our journey through Vietnam has only just begun, and if Ha Long Bay feels like a dream, the wonders that await us promise to be just as unforgettable. There are places so magical, they feel like secrets whispered only to those willing to wander off the beaten path. Ninh Binh is one of those treasures, often called the inland Ha Long Bay. It offers the same breathtaking limestone karsts and emerald waters, but here, they rise not from the sea, but from golden rice fields and winding rivers. It is Vietnam's hidden paradise, a place where myth, nature, and culture merge into a landscape that feels untouched by time. The first thing you notice in Ninh Binh is the silence. Unlike the bustling energy of Hanoi or the wide-open waters of Ha Long Bay, here everything feels slower, calmer, more intimate. The karsts rise like silent guardians over lush valleys, their limestone cliffs towering above tranquil rivers that snake through the land. It's as if nature built its own cathedral here, with mountains for walls and sky for a ceiling. The most iconic experience in Ninh Binh begins on the water. In the town of Tam Kok, meaning three caves, you step into a small wooden sampan, often rowed by women who, in a display of remarkable skill, steer the boat with their feet. As you glide across the Ngo Dong River, the scenery unfolds like a moving painting. Towering cliffs reflect in the still waters, water birds skim the surface, and farmers work in rice paddies that stretch into the horizon. Passing through dark, echoing caves, you emerge again into valleys so peaceful they feel like hidden worlds. Nearby, Trang An, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, offers a network of waterways weaving through limestone mountains and ancient temples. Here, the journey feels even more mystical. The boat carries you through caves dripping with stalactites, past shrines tucked into cliff faces, and across waters so still they mirror the sky. It is no surprise that Trang An was chosen as a filming location for epic tales like Kong, Skull Island. This place feels cinematic because it truly island. But Ninh Binh is more than just landscapes. Rising high above the countryside is Hang Mua, the Mua Caves viewpoint. The climb is steep, over 400 stone steps carved into the mountain, but the view is worth every breath. From the top, the world stretches out in every direction. Green rice fields cut into perfect squares, winding rivers gleaming like silver ribbons, and limestone cliffs standing tall in endless rows. At sunset, the valley glows in golden light, and you feel as if you're standing in the heart of a dream. Amidst the natural wonders, history and spirituality are woven deeply into Ninh Binh's soul. The ancient capital of Hoa Lu once stood here, where kings ruled during the 10th and 11th centuries. Today, temples dedicated to those emperors remain, their wooden beams and stone courtyards echoing with stories of Vietnam's beginnings. The Bai Dien Pagoda complex, with its towering statues and rows of serene Buddhas, stands as a testament to Vietnam's enduring faith, a place where devotion meets grandeur on a breathtaking scale. Life here moves with the rhythm of the land. In small villages, you'll see farmers tending their fields, water buffalo grazing lazily, and children cycling along dusty paths. The simplicity is humbling, a reminder of the timeless connection between people and nature. Meals are hearty and authentic, crispy goat meat, local rice wine, and fresh vegetables grown in the fertile soil. It's food that carries the taste of the earth itself. Perhaps the most powerful part of Ninh Binh is its tranquility. While Ha Long Bay stuns with grandeur, Ninh Binh whispers with intimacy. Here, it's not about vastness, but about detail, the way a lotus flower blooms quietly in a pond, the way mist curls over the mountains in the early morning, the way the river carries your boat so gently you almost forget you're moving. In Ninh Binh, time slows. The noise of the world fades, and you're left with only the sound of water against the boat, the call of birds, and the rustling of leaves in the breeze. It's a place that doesn't demand your attention, it invites it softly, patiently, beautifully. As the day ends and the sun dips below the limestone peaks, painting the rivers in hues of orange and pink, you realize Ninh Binh is not just the inland Ha Long Bay. It is something far greater. It's a world of its own, peaceful, powerful, unforgettable. And as we leave this hidden gem behind, the journey through Vietnam continues to unfold, promising even more wonders just ahead. There are cities that feel like open-air museums, where every wall, every street, every shadow carries the weight of centuries. Hue is one of those places. Once the imperial capital of Vietnam, this city is not just a destination, it's a living chapter of history. Here, emperors dreamed, dynasties rose and fell, and the grandeur of the past still lingers in palaces, temples, and tombs that stretch across the Perfume River. The heart of Hue beats inside its imperial city, a walled fortress inspired by China's Forbidden City, yet built with a distinctly Vietnamese soul. As you step through the massive gates of the citadel, time seems to fold in on itself. Vast courtyards open before you, flanked by intricate halls and ancient pavilions where mandarins once stood, awaiting imperial commands. The Forbidden Purple City, though scarred by wars and the passage of time, still whispers of royalty and rituals, of a court life filled with elegance and ceremony. Walking here, you don't just see history, you feel it in the air. But Hue is not a city that lives only in its ruins. It is a city of emperors, yes, but also of poets, monks, and dreamers. Across the Perfume River, the royal tombs stand as both monuments and masterpieces. Each tomb reflects the personality of the emperor it honors. Min Mang's tomb is solemn, symmetrical, a reflection of order and Confucian ideals. Tu Duc's tomb is poetic, with lakes and gardens where the emperor sought refuge from the burdens of rule. Kai Din's tomb, in contrast, dazzles with a fusion of Eastern tradition and Western-influenced walls encrusted with porcelain mosaics that glitter in the sunlight. These tombs are not just burial sites. They are windows into the souls of rulers who shaped Vietnam's destiny. And then, there is the Perfume River itself, calm and graceful. It winds through Hue like a lifeline, carrying reflections of pagodas and bridges. At dusk, the river glows in the soft light of lanterns, and dragon boats glide across its surface, filling the air with traditional folk songs. It's easy to understand why poets have long called Hue the land of romance, where the river seems to sing its own eternal song. Hue's spiritual heart lies in its pagodas, none more famous than Thien Mu Pagoda. Rising 7 stories high on a hill overlooking the Perfume River, it is one of Vietnam's most iconic landmarks. The pagoda is more than an architectural wonder, it is a place of peace, where monks chant softly, incense curls into the sky, and visitors feel a quiet serenity settle over them. Standing here, gazing at the ancient stupa against the backdrop of mountains and river, you sense a deep connection between the spiritual and the earthly. But Hue is not only about monuments, it is also about flavors. Known as the culinary capital of Vietnam, the city offers dishes that reflect its imperial past. Once, emperors demanded meals with dozens of courses, each dish prepared like a work of art. Today, you can still taste that tradition in the rich broth of Bun Bo Hue, a spicy beef noodle soup layered with complexity. Delicate bánh bèo, steamed rice cakes topped with shrimp, carry the subtlety of royal cuisine. Meals here are not just food, they are culture, history, and identity served on a plate. As you wander through Hue, you notice the contrasts. Ancient walls stand beside modern streets, the echoes of the past blending with the voices of today. Markets buzz with energy, locals ride bicycles along shaded boulevards, and schoolchildren in white Ao-Dai uniforms add a touch of grace to the city's daily life. Hue is not frozen in time, it breathes, it evolves, it welcomes you into its rhythm. Perhaps the most unforgettable part of Hue is its atmosphere. It is quieter than Hanoi, less modern than Ho Chi Minh City, but it carries a weight, a depth, a soul. Here, you don't just see Vietnam's history, you walk through it, touch it, taste it. And as night falls, lanterns flicker to life, the river glows softly, and the city seems to whisper the stories of emperors and dynasties into the night. Hue is not only the imperial city of Vietnam, it is the memory of a nation, preserved in stone, water, and song. To stand here is to stand in the presence of greatness, not because of its size or power, but because of the way it connects the past with the present. And as we leave Hue behind, we carry with us not just images of palaces and tombs, but a deeper understanding of Vietnam's heart and heritage. There are towns that feel like they were designed to capture your heart, where every corner glows with beauty, and every street feels like a memory waiting to be made. Hoi An is one of those rare treasures, known as the ancient town of lanterns. It is a place where time slows down, where history breathes in every building, and where nights shimmer with a glow so magical, it feels like walking through a dream. The charm of Hoi An begins with its streets. Once a thriving trading port from the 15th to the 19th century, merchants from China, Japan, and Europe left their mark on the town. The result is a unique blend of cultures woven into its architecture: Japanese bridges, Chinese temples, French colonial facades, all standing side by side with Vietnamese wooden shophouses. Walking here is like stepping back in time, where history and tradition remain beautifully preserved. But Hoi An is more than just old walls. It's the atmosphere, the way sunlight filters through bougainvillea draped over golden buildings, the way the Thu Bon River reflects rows of colorful lanterns at dusk, the way the scent of incense and street food mingles in the evening air. It is a town that doesn't simply show you its beauty, it surrounds you with it. One of the most iconic landmarks here is the Japanese covered bridge. Built in the 16th century, this ornate wooden structure, guarded by statues of dogs and monkeys, is a symbol of Hoi An's enduring legacy as a crossroads of cultures. Crossing it feels symbolic too, as if you're stepping into another world, one where history and legend coexist. By day, Hoi An dazzles with colors and textures. The central market bursts with life vendors calling out over baskets of fresh herbs, exotic fruits, and spices. Tailor shops line the streets, offering custom-made clothing that can be stitched in a single day, carrying on a tradition that has made the town famous worldwide. And then, of course, there is the food. Hoi An is a culinary paradise, home to iconic dishes like tau lo, thick noodles with pork, herbs, and crispy rice crackers, and banh mi sandwiches so delicious that travelers return to the same stalls day after day. But as the sun sets, Hoi An transforms. The lanterns come alive. Every doorway, every street, every boat on the river glows with soft, colorful light. The town becomes a living painting, illuminated in hues of red, gold, blue, and green. Locals and travelers alike gather by the river to release paper lanterns onto the water, each carrying a wish, each flickering gently as it drifts downstream. It is a moment of beauty, of hope, of magic, unlike anything else in the world. Hoi An is also a town of festivals. During the full moon festival, the ancient streets are closed to traffic, and the town is lit entirely by lanterns. Traditional music fills the air, dancers perform in the squares, and the entire town becomes a stage for history and culture to shine. To witness this is to see Hoi An not as a preserved relic, but as a living, breathing celebration of Vietnamese heritage. Beyond the old town, Hoi An offers more wonders. Just outside the center, the countryside unfolds in rice paddies, coconut groves, and riverside villages where life moves at the pace of the land. Cycling through these paths, you pass farmers in conical hats, tending their fields, water buffalo grazing lazily, and children waving as they run. Beside you, a short ride away, are the golden beaches of Bang and Qua Dai, where the South China Sea stretches endlessly into the horizon. Hoi An is not only about what you see, it's about what you feel. It's in the warm smiles of locals, the laughter of children releasing lanterns, the gentle sound of wooden boats gliding across the river. It's in the way strangers become friends over shared meals, in the way the town seems to invite you not just to visit, but to belong. Standing on the banks of the Thu Bon River at night, surrounded by the glow of 1,000 lanterns, you realize why Hoi An is unforgettable. It's not just the beauty of its architecture, or the taste of its food, or even the magic of its lights. It's the way it touches something deep inside you, the way it feels timeless, eternal, alive. Hoi An is not just the ancient town of lanterns, it is a town of dreams, of memories, of moments that stay with you long after you've gone. And as we leave its glowing streets behind, the journey through Vietnam continues, carrying us toward new wonders still waiting to be discovered. Some places feel like they were crafted to be the perfect meeting point between nature and modernity, where the mountains meet the sea, and ancient legends coexist with futuristic skylines. Da Nang is one of those rare destinations. Known as Vietnam's coastal gem, this vibrant city is more than just a stop between Hue and Hoi. and it is a destination that shines with its own unique beauty, from golden beaches and dramatic mountains to glowing bridges and timeless temples. The first thing that captures you in Da Nang is the coastline. Nha-Ke Beach, with its soft white sand and turquoise waters, stretches as far as the eye can see. Once known as China Beach during the Vietnam War, it is now a paradise for travelers seeking sun and surf. Waves crash gently against the shore as locals play volleyball, fishermen mend their nets, and tourists dive into the warm waters. The beach is alive from sunrise to sunset. But in the early morning, when fishermen return with their catch and the sun paints the horizon in pink and gold, it feels like a scene from a dream. But Da Nang is more than its beaches. It is framed by mountains that give the city a backdrop of drama and mystery. Rising just outside the city are the Marble Mountains, 5 limestone hills named after the 5 elements: metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. Climbing these mountains is like stepping into another realm. Narrow stone stairways wind past caves filled with hidden temples, where shafts of sunlight filter through cracks in the rock to illuminate statues of Buddha. Pagodas rise against cliffs, incense drifts softly in the air, and the sound of distant chanting echoes through the caverns. It is a place where spirituality and nature blend seamlessly, a reminder that Vietnam's wonders are not just physical, but deeply spiritual as well. The most famous of these is the Am Phu Cave, with its dramatic formations and statues that depict Buddhist concepts of heaven and hell. Exploring it feels like a journey into myth itself, where every turn offers both beauty and mystery. From the top of the Marble Mountains, the view is extraordinary. Da Nang stretches out below, its coastline gleaming, its city lights shimmering in the distance. Modern Da Nang, however, tells a different story. This is a city that has transformed itself into one of Vietnam's most dynamic destinations. At night, the Han River comes alive with bridges that glow in radiant colors. The Dragon Bridge, perhaps the most iconic, breathes actual fire and water from its steel body during weekend performances, a spectacle that leaves crowds in awe. Nearby, the Han River Bridge spins open to let ships pass, a symbol of innovation and pride. The skyline sparkles with modern towers, yet the city never loses its charm. It is forward-looking while still rooted in its traditions. Food, as always in Vietnam, plays a starring role. Da Nang is famous for its mi quang, a noodle dish rich with herbs, broth, and toppings like shrimp, pork, or chicken. The city's seafood is legendary platters of fresh crab, clams, and fish grilled with garlic and lemongrass, best enjoyed at small local restaurants right by the shore. Each bite tastes of the sea, carrying the essence of Da Nang's coastal identity. Just beyond the city lies another marvel: the Ba Na Hills. A cable car, one of the longest in the world, lifts you high above the clouds, delivering sweeping views of forests and valleys below. At the summit, the Golden Bridge awaits, a breathtaking structure held aloft by giant stone hands that rise from the mountains, as if cradling the path itself. Walking here feels like stepping into a fantasy, with mist rolling across the hills and the bridge glowing golden in the sunlight. This bridge has become one of Vietnam's most iconic landmarks, a symbol of both artistry and imagination. Yet for all its modern attractions, Da Nang still holds onto its soul. The Cham Museum preserves the legacy of the ancient Champa civilization, displaying delicate sculptures and carvings that speak of a culture long gone yet never forgotten. Local markets hum with energy, selling everything from spices to silk. And in quiet corners, you'll find fishermen casting nets as their ancestors did, keeping alive traditions that stretch back centuries. What makes Da Nang unforgettable is not just its beauty, it's the way it balances opposites. It is a city of mountains and sea, of temples and skyscrapers, of ancient legends and modern marvels. It's where you can spend the morning exploring caves filled with incense, the afternoon swimming in turquoise waters, and the evening watching a dragon breathe fire over a glowing city skyline. Standing on the shore at night, with the waves lapping at your feet and the lights of the dragon bridge glowing in the distance, you understand why Da Nang is called the coastal gem of Vietnam. It is a place that shines not because of one wonder, but because of the way it brings them all together: nature, culture, history, and progress into one dazzling whole. And as we leave Da Nang behind, the journey carries us deeper south, where more wonders await in the heart of Vietnam. There are places on Earth that feel like the frontier of another world, landscapes so vast, so mysterious, that they defy imagination. Deep in central Vietnam lies such a wonder, Phong Nha-Ke Bang, the kingdom of caves. This is a land where nature carved out cathedrals of stone, where rivers vanish into the earth, and where the largest cave on the planet stretches into the darkness like an infinite universe beneath our feet. It is not just a destination, it is a journey into the very heart of the earth. The first glimpse of Phong Nha-Ke Bang takes your breath away. Towering limestone karsts rise from emerald jungles, their jagged peaks shrouded in mist. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is home to one of the world's oldest karst formations, dating back over 400 million years. But its true treasures lie beneath the surface, hidden in a labyrinth of caves and underground rivers stretching for hundreds of kilometers. Among them is the legendary Sun Dune Cave, the largest cave on Earth. So vast is this underground world that it has its own climate, its own jungle, even its own rivers. Standing inside Sun Dune feels like standing inside a natural cathedral, the ceiling soaring hundreds of meters above. Sunlight streams through collapsed caverns, illuminating forests that grow in the darkness, while clouds drift through as though the cave itself breathes. Exploring it is like stepping into a lost world, untouched by time, a secret hidden for millions of years. But Sun Dune is just one of the wonders here. Paradise Cave lives up to its name with chambers so vast and so exquisitely decorated with stalactites and stalagmites that it feels like walking through a palace built by nature's hand. The formations twist and shimmer, glowing gold and silver under soft lights, creating scenes that look almost unreal. Phong Nha Cave, accessible by boat along the Sun River, opens with a mouth so wide it seems to swallow the river whole, leading to chambers carved by water over millennia. The sense of discovery in Phong Nha-Ke Bang is overwhelming. Many caves here remain unexplored, their secrets still hidden beneath layers of stone and shadow. Explorers and scientists continue to uncover new passages, adding to the mystique of this kingdom where every step feels like the edge of the unknown. Above ground, the landscape is just as captivating. Dense jungles cloak the mountains, alive with rare wildlife. The region is home to langurs, hornbills, and other endangered species, thriving in a protected wilderness where the sounds of nature drown out the noise of the modern world. Trekking through these forests, you follow trails once walked by explorers and even soldiers during the Vietnam War, when the caves served as shelters and secret hideouts. Life in the villages around Phong Nha reflects a quieter rhythm. Locals live simply farming rice, fishing, and guiding visitors through their incredible homeland. Staying here, you feel a deep connection not just to the land, but to the people who have called this mysterious place home for generations. What makes Phong Nha-Ke Bang truly special is the way it humbles you. Standing at the mouth of a cave, staring into darkness that stretches beyond sight, you realize how small we are compared to the forces of nature. These caves were not built for us. They are the slow, patient work of water and stone, shaped over millions of years, existing long before humanity and destined to outlast us. And yet, when you glide into Phong Nha Cave on a small wooden boat, lanterns flickering against the walls, or when you stand beneath the sunlit forest inside Sun Dune, you feel a part of something greater. It is as though the earth itself is letting you in on its oldest secrets, inviting you to witness its raw, untamed power. Phong Nha-Ke Bang is more than the kingdom of caves. It is a reminder of wonder itself, a reminder that the world still holds mysteries waiting to be discovered, landscapes that stir both awe and reverence. As we leave this land of stone giants and underground worlds, the journey continues, carrying us further through the heart of Vietnam, where more stories are waiting to be told. There are coastlines that sparkle with such brilliance. They seem to have been designed by nature to dazzle the human eye. In Vietnam, that jewel is Nha Trang, the pearl of the South China Sea. Known for its endless beaches, turquoise waters, and vibrant marine life, Nha Trang is not just a seaside escape. It is a world of beauty, energy, and adventure, wrapped in one. The first thing that captivates visitors is the bay itself. Nha Trang Bay is often ranked among the most beautiful bays in the world, framed by lush mountains and dotted with islands that rise like emeralds from the sea. Its crescent-shaped coastline stretches for miles, where golden sand meets crystal-clear waves. By day, the water glimmers under the tropical sun, but at sunset, the horizon melts into fiery shades of orange, pink, and gold, a daily performance that feels like a gift from the heavens. On the shore, the rhythm of life never slows. Fishermen steer their iconic round basket boats unique to this region out to sea, skillfully balancing as they cast their nets. Vendors walk the beaches selling fresh seafood, tropical fruits, and sweet sugarcane juice. Tourists swim, surf, and bask in the sun, while paragliders soar overhead, catching both the breeze and the view of this dazzling coastline. But the real magic of Nha Trang lies beneath the surface. The waters here are a diver's paradise, teeming with coral reefs, tropical fish, and even rare sea turtles. Snorkeling, trips to the nearby islands reveal a kaleidoscope of life hidden below, where every dive feels like entering another world. On Mun Island, in particular, is famous for its protected marine park, where vibrant corals stretch like underwater gardens and schools of fish dart through the currents in shimmering colors. Beyond the natural beauty, Nha Trang is also a city of energy and excitement. Its streets buzz with nightlife cafes, rooftop bars, and seafood restaurants that line the coast. By night, the town comes alive with music, laughter, and the scent of grilled shellfish, making it one of Vietnam's most vibrant seaside cities. Yet even in the middle of its liveliness, there are moments of serenity, like strolling the quiet promenade as the waves lap gently against the shore. History and culture also find their place in Nha Trang. Overlooking the city are the ancient Po Nagar Cham Towers, built by the Cham civilization between the 7th and 12th centuries. Dedicated to the goddess Yanpo Nagar, these red brick towers stand as a reminder of the region's rich spiritual past. Climbing the steps to the towers, with incense smoke curling into the sky, connects you to centuries of devotion and tradition that still echo in the hearts of the people. And then, there are the thermal springs and mud baths, a tradition unique to Nha Trang. Locals and travelers alike soak in the healing waters, covering themselves in warm, mineral-rich mud said to rejuvenate both body and spirit. It is an experience both playful and restorative, one that adds yet another layer of uniqueness to this pearl of the coast. Just offshore, Thin Pearl Island rises like a playground of dreams, connected to the mainland by one of the longest oversea cable cars in the world. From above, the view is breathtaking: the glittering bay, the sprawling city, the distant mountains all laid out beneath your feet. On the island, luxury resorts, theme parks, and aquariums provide entertainment for families and travelers looking for fun beyond the sea. But perhaps the most unforgettable moment in Nha Trang is found in its simplicity. Sitting on the beach at dawn, watching the fishing boats return against the glow of the rising sun, you feel the pulse of life here, the balance of tradition and modernity, of nature's grandeur and human joy. Nha Trang is not just a destination. It is an experience that delights every sense, from the taste of fresh lobster grilled right on the beach to the sight of lanterns flickering over the water at night. The pearl of the South China Sea shines not just because of its natural beauty, but because it holds so many treasures above, below, and beyond the shoreline. And as we leave its glowing waters and sandy shores, our journey through Vietnam continues, carrying us further south into lands where mountains, rivers, and cultures weave together into the next chapter of wonder. Some cities feel like they exist in another season entirely, where time slows down and the air itself seems touched by magic. Dalat is one of those rare places. Known as the City of Eternal Spring, this highland retreat is unlike anywhere else in Vietnam. Perched on a cool plateau in the central highlands, Dalat is a world of pine forests, flower gardens, misty lakes, and colonial villas. It is a place where nature and romance intertwine, where every corner feels like a story waiting to be told. The first thing you notice in Dalat is the climate. Unlike the tropical heat of Vietnam's lowlands, here the air is cool, crisp, and fragrant with the scent of pine. Days are bright and gentle, nights are chilly enough for warm tea or hot cocoa, and the rhythm of life feels softer, calmer. This eternal springtime has made Dalat a beloved escape for both travelers and locals seeking peace and inspiration. At the heart of the city lies Xuan Huang Lake, a shimmering body of water surrounded by gardens, cafes, and walking paths. In the morning, the lake reflects the rising sun through a veil of mist, while at night, its surface mirrors the city lights. Couples stroll hand in hand, horse-drawn carriages circle its edges, and swan-shaped paddle boats drift slowly across its calm waters. The lake is more than just a landmark. It is the soul of Dalat, where life unfolds at a leisurely pace. But Dalat is also known as Vietnam's City of Flowers. Every street seems to burst with color: roses, lilies, hydrangeas, and especially the golden wild sunflowers that blanket the hillsides. The city's flower park is a dazzling showcase of blooms, while every December, the Dalat Flower Festival transforms the entire city into a garden of art and color. Walking among these blossoms, you begin to understand why Dalat has earned its romantic reputation. The surrounding countryside is no less enchanting. Pine-covered hills roll into valleys dotted with strawberry farms, tea plantations, and coffee estates. Visitors can pick fresh strawberries straight from the vines, sip locally grown coffee at hillside cafes, or watch farmers harvest artichokes, the region's specialty crop. The highlands also produce some of Vietnam's finest wine, adding yet another layer to Dalat's reputation as a place of taste and refinement. And then there are the waterfalls. Dalat's landscapes are alive with cascading waters that plunge from rocky cliffs into green valleys. Dadanla, Elephant, and Ponger waterfalls are among the most famous, each offering its own drama and beauty. At Ponger, sometimes called the Great Waterfall of the Highlands, wide terraces of rock create a spectacular curtain of water that flows like silver silk into the pool below. These natural wonders are more than sights, they are experiences that fill you with awe. Yet Dalat is not just about nature, it is also about imagination. Nowhere is this clearer than in the Crazy House, an architectural marvel that looks like something straight out of a fairy tale. Designed by architect Dang Viet Nga, its twisting staircases, sculpted walls, and whimsical rooms blur the line between art and fantasy. Exploring it is like stepping into a dream, one that mirrors the playful spirit of Dalat itself. History, too, weaves through the city. French colonial villas and grand churches stand as reminders of Dalat's origins as a resort town for French settlers in the early 20th century. The Dalat railway station, with its Art Deco design, is a charming relic that still connects the city to nearby towns with short, scenic rides. Even the markets reflect this blend of old and new, offering everything from fresh produce to hand-woven crafts and steaming bowls of Dalat's famous hot pot. But perhaps what makes Dalat unforgettable is its atmosphere. It is in the morning mist that drapes the valleys, the sight of pine trees silhouetted against the twilight, the laughter of children flying kites in open fields. It is in the way life slows down, inviting you to breathe, to savor, to connect with both nature and yourself. For artists, writers, and dreamers, Dalat is not just a destination, it is a muse. As the sun sets over the highlands, casting golden light across the rolling hills, you understand why Dalat is called the city of eternal spring. It is eternal not because the season never changes, but because the feeling it leaves in your heart never fades. And as we leave its cool breezes and flower-filled street behind, our journey through Vietnam continues, moving us closer to the bustling energy of the South, where new wonders still await. Every journey through Vietnam eventually leads here to a city that pulses with energy, ambition, and history. Ho Chi Minh City, still often called Saigon, is the dynamic heart of Vietnam. This is a place where the past and future collide, where French colonial boulevards stand beside glass skyscrapers, where scooters swarm like rivers of motion, and where life moves at a pace that is electric and unstoppable. To visit Ho Chi Minh City is to feel the rhythm of Vietnam itself. The first thing you notice here is the movement. The traffic is legendary scooters weaving in every direction, horns beeping in a constant chorus. To outsiders, it may seem chaotic, but within the flow there is a kind of order, a rhythm that locals understand perfectly. Crossing the street becomes an adventure. Yet once you do, you feel a rush. You've joined the heartbeat of the city. But beneath this energy lies deep history. At the War Remnants Museum, sobering exhibits tell the story of Vietnam's struggles during the 20th century. Nearby, the Reunification Palace, with its preserved 1970s interiors, stands as a symbol of the moment Saigon fell and the country was reunited. Outside the city, the Cu Chi tunnels reveal an underground world where soldiers once lived, fought, and survived. Crawling through those narrow passages, you begin to understand both the resilience of the Vietnamese people and the weight of their history. And yet, Ho Chi Minh City is not a city trapped in the past, it is a city racing into the future. The skyline rises higher every year, with shining towers like the Bitexco Financial Tower offering panoramic views across the sprawling metropolis. Rooftop bars glow in neon as the sun sets. The river reflects the city lights, and the nightlife hums with endless energy. In the daytime, the city dazzles with its cultural blend. The Saigon's Central Post Office, designed by Gustave Eiffel, and the Notre Dame Cathedral, built with red bricks from France, recall the colonial era. Just streets away, bustling markets like Ben Thanh offer a feast of colors, scents, and flavors. Here, vendors sell everything from fresh lotus flowers and silks to steaming bowls of pho. The market is more than commerce, it's an experience of the senses, where the essence of Vietnam bursts forth in every corner. Food in Ho Chi Minh City is an adventure all its own. Street food stalls line the sidewalks, serving iconic dishes like ban zio, crispy rice pancakes filled with shrimp and herbs, or hủ tieu, a fragrant noodle soup unique to the South. Cafes spill onto the streets, serving the city's famous Café Sua de Vietnamese iced coffee, strong, sweet, and refreshing in the tropical heat. Dining here is not just about eating, it's about joining the life of the city, shoulder to shoulder with locals. But amidst the hustle, there are also places of calm. Dao Dam Park, with its shaded paths and morning Tai Chi, offers a quiet retreat. Along the Saigon River, boats drift lazily, carrying travelers on evening cruises that reveal another side of the city, its elegance, its romance, its ability to slow down when it chooses. What makes Ho Chi Minh City unforgettable is not just its scale or its speed, it's its spirit. This is a city of entrepreneurs, of dreamers, of survivors. It is a city that remembers its struggles but looks boldly toward the future. You can feel it in the laughter spilling from street corners, in the determination of young people building new businesses, in the constant hum of progress. Standing at the heart of Saigon, surrounded by the lights, the noise, the energy, you realize that this city is not just Vietnam's largest metropolis, it is the country's beating heart. It is where history converges with ambition, where every street tells a story, and where the future of Vietnam is being written every day. And so, as our journey comes to an end here in Ho Chi Minh City, we look back on the wonders we've seen, from the limestone peaks of Ha Long Bay to the glowing lanterns of Hoi An, From the hidden caves of Phong Nha to the eternal spring of Dalat, Vietnam is not just a country of beauty, it is a country of spirit, of resilience, of dreams. And like this city at its center, it is alive, dynamic, and unforgettable. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed exploring Prague as much as I enjoyed guiding you through it. If you found this travel guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautiful destinations from around the world. Got a favorite spot in Prague? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, safe travels and see you in the next video.